Hi everybody, I hope you're doing great today. One thing that came through that I wanted to share with you is this. New truths are going to be exposed. They have been for some time. For the last few years, we've been learning so many things about different systems and how they operate or don't operate. But we're at a time right now where that's going to grow. New truths are going to emerge. And why I'm bringing this up today is because there's a lot that we can learn from and grow if we're the type of person that is on a spiritual path and aiming to be of service to others and hoping to grow. Okay, so new truths are going to be emerging that are going to seem shocking to a lot of people because it's going to rock their foundation of what they thought was reality or the things that they thought that they can count on. They might not be able to count on anymore. And so there's two things to consider with this. Thing number one is that we are beings of light, and our job is to nurture and support other people, to consciously be aware when other people need help, to use our empathy to support people and let them know that it's going to be okay. We're going through what is called a shift, where systems are going to collapse in order for them to be rebuilt from the bottom up so that they're more inclusive and fair. But for some people who are very stoic in their belief system, or it is a belief system that they've been brought up with, or it's part of their culture, and they believe in certain identities. They believe in that their role is a certain way in life. Things that we have counted on before are going to be in flux, and they're going to be changing with new information coming to light. And that's going to be freaky for some people. For others, it's going to be a time of optimism and hope because there are little glimmers as truth emerges that we can make some shifts in our behavior and consciousness, the way that we treat our planet and each other, that's all for the good. But if you're a person that's on a spiritual path and open to kind of weird stuff, because it's not the norm for most people, but when we explore it, when we tune into who we really are as a spirit being, as an enlightened being of love, then what we get is we are all connected. And so when you see your brother or sister struggling with something that is new or something that shakes their reality, we can help by just being a kind, present ear for them, by reassuring them that they're loved and that we are all together. In fact, with all the messes that are going on, with the big chasm between our belief systems, the way that our country is divided is just representative of a lot of different countries and what they're going through right now, because there is this underpinning of change where the systems are being recognized as not efficient, not representing the people, and those systems have to change. So we could look at it like this. Are we on board with those changes, even though they seem disturbing, or it rocks our reality in some way and makes us reevaluate the life we've had in our belief systems? All of this is part of the shift. All of this is part of truths emerging so that we can look at them and decide whether or not we want to continue on this path or evolve and grow in some way. Now, even though things might seem dark or weird, or a lot of people are going through really tough times, I always get that it's going to be okay. And that's important because I was always a my glass is half empty kind of girl. But my feeling with this, and a lot of the people that I connect with regularly, is also positive. And that's why I put myself out there, is a way to connect with other people, to say, hey, we're all in this together. We are all one. And when we just ponder that idea that we are all one and meditate on that, just ponder it. That is a way of expanding our consciousness and kind of rolling with the changes that are emerging and that are going to continue to emerge. Okay, I usually don't get such specific stuff, but I'm getting guidance to share with you to understand, if you don't already, understand the role of the military-industrial complex and our government's role in that, whether it be active or apathy or looking the other way. That's something that we have to look at. That's part of the shedding away of layers that no longer work for us, and they have to be moved, stripped away, so that we can rebuild our institutions and systems from the bottom up in a more inclusive way that includes and honors everybody. No matter what your color is or what your preferences are, we are all one. Okay. Two of the systems for us to ponder, systems that we need to understand, is the first one is the military-industrial complex and what is behind that. Ooh, that sounds kind of conspiracy-like, but that is something that we're supposed to look at and understand. If you don't know what that means, it's time for you to understand it, because by understanding the role of the military-industrial complex, we can start to see how we can take our power back as a collective. There's no other way to do it, to take our power back, other than being a collective. What does that mean? That means that we are on the same page. What's that page? Understanding and compassion for everybody, regardless of what they look like or what they believe in. This is a time, as new truths emerge, for us to reevaluate how we're going to treat our fellow man or woman. Are we going to treat them with distaste, repulsion, and not willing to understand their perspective? The things that are dividing us now and making us fight and not see each other's point of view is the same thing that we need to embrace, that will be the RX to heal that chasm, to fix those broken bridges. We are all one. And as things collapse, as things rebuild, as we have changes in our government, belief systems expand, as all that happens, it is a perfect opportunity for you to use what you came in here for. Use your capacity to love your fellow man or woman. As the new truths emerge, it creates a perfect opportunity and time for us to explore those dark aspects of our society and cultures that need to be changed. So it's an opportunity to look at those things that make us feel fearful and face those head on with love. Remember, there's always love or fear. We always come from a place of love or fear. And so the opportunity in all of this change is that we have the chance to shine light, to bring love, not fear, into the situation. And it requires us to be patient and compassionate. It requires us also to tune into our higher selves, if we so desire, and to learn more about that higher self. Your higher self is your link, is the bond between your consciousness and everything that has ever been, everything that is going to be. We are all connected. These times also challenge us to get out of our comfort zone. A lot of us are being called to learn about science, quantum physics, astronomy. A lot of us are being drawn to mystical arts. A lot of people are examining the belief systems that they were brought up with and challenging them, but in a way that's not divisive, in a way that's positive and loving. This is a time in our Earth's history like none other before. I know I've said that. It might sound a little bit weird, but it is true. Everything that's happening in our planet right now is an opportunity for us to grow, to be kinder to each other, to be more accepting, and to look at those ugly truths that are surfacing and decide, what are we going to do about that? Are we going to remain quiet, keep our head in the sand, or are we going to expand and grow and shine our light? So, what else? Things start to get very complex and you're feeling very overwhelmed and challenged, that your belief system might seem to not fit anymore, or to raise so many questions that you can't answer. Remember that our connections with other people will be the RX to healing those gaps that keep us divided. And we are responsible for moving forward and learning new things, especially about the two things that I brought up, the military-industrial complex and our cultural beliefs in regards to religion, caste system, the divide between those that have resources and those that don't. All of these things are coming to light, but we have the tools to support each other and move ahead in a positive way. In closing, that was a lot of information. And one thing that you could do for yourself, if you aren't already doing that today, is to make some quiet time and give yourself some peace. That might be something outside or something that you like to do, but to find time to be alone and to have peace and quiet alone. Being in nature is okay. Being with your animals is okay. But you want to have some time today to be quiet and reflective. Ooh, that's a lot. I hope that there's something in there that is of value for you. Thank you for tuning in. Please, thank you kindly, and blessings.